Hey friend, welcome back to Everyday Energy, day 23. That's a big number. We're gonna be all lying down on the floor today. You could absolutely take this one from your bed if you liked. You don't have to, but you might like to. So get comfy, and I'll see you there. Join me on the floor. It's my favorite place to be. Now let's start by bringing our knees in towards our chest. You've got some options here. We can bring the knees in close together, tight like we're rolling up into a little ball. We could bring the knees nice and wide apart. You can hold around your shins like this, or you can grab behind your thighs. Let the backs of your knees rest down into your hands. Whatever feels most restful today might be different than another day. We're gonna hang out here for a moment. Maybe you'd like to add a little rock, a little side to side like I've got going on. Easy and gentle, take your time. Thinking about mushing one back pocket into the floor and then the other. Mush, mush, mush. Good, my friend, can you soften your collarbones? Can you unknit the space between your eyebrows? Can you drop your tongue away from the roof of your mouth? Can you relax your toes? Excellent. And when you're ready, let's stretch it out long. Hands and feet, big old starfish. Take up as much space as you can, stretching out through the furthest tips of your fingers, all the way down through your toes, and we're gonna curl it up to a ball. Bring it in. Getting small, we're gonna get big again, reaching all the way out nice and wide. If you don't wanna bring head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor, you could just bring knees in. And stretch it out, big morning stretch. If you don't wanna lift your feet, you can walk them in on the floor, pick up one at a time. Let's go 2 more just like that, reaching out, starfish. And into a little clam. We've got a theme now. Reach out, starfish. Reach it into a little clam. Good, and while you're here, maybe you rock side to side again. Maybe even forward and back just a little bit. And we'll let it go in 3, 2, 1, and stretch out your legs. Good, let's reach the arms up overhead again, finding as much length as you can, and now we're gonna circle the arms down towards our sides, like we're making a snow angel, but in a very serious way. Inhale, reaching up overhead. It's okay if they don't hit the floor. Exhale, big push down through the air beside you. Good, inhale, reaching overhead. If you don't have enough space here, you can bend your elbows, take them down like a goalpost. And bring them in. You might be experiencing a nice stretch across the fronts of your shoulders, maybe that pec minor. Gravity can do a lot here, so if you're getting any kind of feedback you don't want, you can make this smaller. Open, and if you like, pushing through space like we're carving out the air. Let's go 2 more. Good, here's our last one. Excellent, let's walk the feet in, plant them, bent at about 90 degrees so you can push your feet down into the floor, and they're planted about hips width. I'm gonna bring one leg up. Actually, I want you to bring that leg back down. That's where we're going, just so you know. Feel here just for a second while we're planted on the floor. Feel your back pockets relaxed on the mat. Feel your solid, stable base. You're nice and wide and relaxed. That's our goal, and that's what we're gonna try to hold on to here. It's going to be harder than it looks. I'm gonna pick up one leg and I'm gonna stretch it up to the ceiling. Now you can go incredibly straight, energetic, pointed toe leg up to the ceiling, or you can just lift it up to the ceiling and kind of extend it, yeah? Now notice what happened to your back pockets. Were you able to keep them nice and square, nice and wide and grounded and relaxed? If not, can you go back to that? Can you do a little adjustment to give yourself some more space and a wider base? Once you find that, I'm gonna bring my hands down to the mat for just a little leverage, and I'm gonna start to draw tiny circles with my toe. Tiny little big toe circles. Notice how that changes. Notice what happens in your back pockets. Notice what would happen if you weren't paying attention. Notice how that affects the rest of your body. Can you soften your shoulders? Relax more into the ground. Surrender. Keep that base wide and soft and stable. Teeny little circles. And when you're ready, let's switch directions. Ooh, that's different too. Good. Maybe start to think about that connection between the bottom rib and the tops of the front pockets. Maybe you try to soften your armpits and your collarbones. Soften your back pockets. It's almost impossible. I'm asking you to do the impossible here. No big deal. Trying to keep everything solid and stable and relaxed while you draw those teeny tiny big toe circles. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Hello, core. Good morning. Now, if you've got that little connection between your bottom ribs and your front pockets, if you don't have it now, let's get a hold of it. If you need to pad up your low back so you can push into the floor, now's a good time to do that. I'm gonna take this leg, I'm going to think about this connection. If you don't mind a little tactile cueing, maybe you place one hand on your pubic bone, one hand on your rib cage, and imagine them sliding together. I'm going to lower this foot, and I'm gonna exhale, pick it back up. Now you might be able to lower your foot all the way to the ground and hold on to that connection. Ooh, that might be a little far for me. Or you may just lower it a few inches at a time. Test that connection. This is the basis of so much of our core work, and it is so easy to get distracted because the leg gets all the glory, the leg's doing all the moving. But the leg is just the challenge to this connection in the core. So when you're starting to feel more comfortable with the movement itself, let's add some breath. We're gonna inhale as we drop. Exhale as we pick it up. Inhale, inflating 360 degrees. Exhale, hugging in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift, and grab that leg again. Let's shake it out, let the lower leg dangle. Give the foot a little shake, give the shin a little shake. You can stay here if you want, or you could put that foot down, maybe let the knee drop to the side, bring it back in. Give the hip a moment to relax. Awesome, we're gonna switch to the other side, okay? Let's square off again, planting the feet, legs bent to about 90 degrees. I'm gonna extend my left leg up to the sky this time. Feeling for my back pockets, finding my wide and stable base. I'm gonna start to draw teeny tiny big toe circles. We talk about the tabletop a lot, usually when we're on hands and knees. If you can picture your hands and knees tabletop, you can picture your table flipped over here. And then maybe you picture each corner of that tabletop cemented into the ground. What it would be like for a table to be flipped over. How that solid plank would be hitting the floor all at the same time. Even pressure, one big piece of wood. That's what we are here. Tiny little checkpoints as we circle. Can you soften your collarbones? Can you soften your face? Are you breathing? Let's switch directions. Good. We've got a little bit of, legs up, so you're probably getting some toe, foot, ankle, knee feedback as well. This is a nice thing to do maybe in bed at night if you realize you haven't gotten in much movement for the day, or in the morning before your feet even hit the floor. Good, teeny tiny circles. Challenge yourself to soften. Challenge yourself to steady. Challenge yourself to make those circles even smaller. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and bring it up. Here we go. We're gonna inhale, let that foot drop. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, let it drop. Exhale, bring it up. If you're getting hip pops and clunks, don't go as far. Or you could bend the leg, but still make sure you're pivoting from that hip. So we're letting it drop from the hip, not bending the knee to create this movement. Like scissors, yeah? We inhale, lower. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, pull it in. If you liked that tactile cue on the other side, maybe you add it again. Imagine that connection from your ribs to your pelvis. Yes, honk. Correct. Honk, honk. You can tell it's the end of the year because I'm talking back to the cars. Ooh, here we go for 3. Take your time, stay patient. Last 2. And last 1. Exhale, bring it in and let it go. Let it dangle, shake it out. Maybe plant the foot, maybe you go right into that hip pivot, open and in. Ooh, I'm getting a little bit of shakes just from that. That one always really surprises me with how intense it can become so quickly. We're gonna be done for the day, but we're gonna give ourselves a little bit more love first. We're gonna flip over for some tummy time and push back to child's pose. So if you'd like to set up with hands up the wall instead or by a counter, go ahead and get yourself there. I'm gonna stretch my legs out one more time. Feel length in the fronts of my hips. Maybe feel even a little bit more release. Let's flip over like a pancake. Once you get onto your front, I'm gonna push back, sit back, hips to heels. Knees are going wide, wide, wide to make room for my body. Give yourself room, be selfish. Walking out with my hands and allowing my upper body to slump. You could go hands underneath your head. Maybe you stack your fists. You could invite some pillows to the party here so you've got something to slump over. I would prioritize letting your hips connect to your heels here, no matter how far away that puts you from the ground. You're gonna get the most relaxing version of this movement that way, and that's what we're here for. Maybe you imagine a very heavy cat walking from the base of your spine all the way up to the back of your neck. Maybe you imagine a pair of loving hands pressing right under your shoulders, helping you soften and surrender. Big deep breath into those hands or into those kitty paws. One more. And on your exhale, let's roll it up. Slowly walking up to the top in your own time. Whenever you're ready, I'll meet you there. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. I really needed something slow and easy today, so I hope this found you on a day when you needed it too. Nice work today, and I'll see you tomorrow.